Alright, we're gonna try this. And then we're gonna hold on. There it is. Disco. Audio, video. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio starfish. You know, that's what they say. That's what they say. Austin, how in the hell are you? TikTok killed the video star. uh, give it time. Give it time. We're gonna kill TikTok. We're gonna put that disgusting platform to the sword. You're alive? That's more than most people can say. Blessed. Blessed is thee that's alive. That's in Romans. Holograms kill the TikTok star? Nah. If that was the case, VR would have killed the TikTok star. They're just going to be posting the holograms on TikTok. Return of the Twink. Return of the Twinkie. VTubers killed the hologram stars. VTubers kill everything. I've never even unironically listened to a VTuber.
Strange.
Like, I've listened to people talk about VTubers, but I've never listened to one. Michaela tried to get me to listen to one once. And, didn't take. No, I don't. Some vampire twink looking thing. Looked like this person, except vampiric. Arcane Seeker's headband. Boom. Looks like we're getting into the magic portion. The magic. Ah! Hey you. Look out. Goblin killed the twink soul star. That wasn't a goblin. Some tainted village. They all have the consumption. Wonder... I probably don't have enough to level up as is. I'm so fucking powerful now. Should be able to just beast this whole area. Good evening, Montclair Druski. I almost said Dusky. Drewski the Dusky. How are you, mate? Welcome back to another fun-filled evening of big swords, big hair, and big dreams. Coming to you live all the way from the heartlands, the hills, the valleys of the deeper southern regions of the lovely United States. A little north of the Gulf of America. That's where we're at. It's good to be home. It's even better to be in America. You know what I mean, boys? What's this? So when is the Oblivion Remastered playthrough? Shit, man, I need to beat this game before I commit myself to another thing. And I'm probably going to end up playing some of that new Doom I don't know if I'm gonna beat the whole game, but I think I'm gonna play it a little bit. Well, if it'll fucking run on my computer. I was seeing where Charlie was having issues playing it, and he's running the same graphics card I'm using. So yeah, might have some issues. Big sword, big hair, big heart. A Twink story by Leighton Clarkfish. That's right. There and twinked again. We're doing it big, boys. We gotta save the world. One questionably masculine feature at a time. Ooh, shit. Popping off. Knight's shoes. Yo, that's what I'm missing. I think I'm... Yeah, I'm knighted out and everything else. Ooh. Exhausted, received damage decrease. So I get 50% less damage whenever I'm exhausted with this armor set? Shit. Alright. You get my Discord message? I have not checked the Discord. Or at least I haven't checked my messages in the Discord today. I have notifications turned off for Discord, so I just have to remember to look at my DMs, because if I turn notifications on, I just get flooded with shit, and it's not worth it. But I will check it. You're always exhausted. Where's your buff? All you need is these knight's shoes, along with 4 other pieces of knight armor, and you got it, buddy. I'll see to it that you get it. Do you want me to check it on stream, Drewski? Is it an emergency? Is it something we can benefit from? Ooh, purple sword. Oh, wow. This chick seems like she'd be broken. The health recovery thing seems like it would be way too useful. Beneficent for the combo, I suppose. Alright, hold on. Beneficent. Ooh, I like that word. Beneficent. I'm so retarded, I first read it like beneficent. Oh shit, I don't have Discord on my new computer yet. Damn. Maybe we should wait till Pink gets here so I can show him how to do it. You go to the website, you click the button. Ah, shit. Well, hell. Oh, it's Microsoft Edge. Let's close it. Leave it for Pink. Alright, you give him a whole tutorial. Okay. That's what we'll do. Don't let me forget. We'll do the Discord tutorial for Pink. Well, hot dog. I came in this way. Ladder. Shortcut ladder of doom. Ooh, so much verticality.
Vile witch! Why did you come back here? Go away and leave us in peace!
Oh my. Vile witch. Oh, hell no. I think not. Alright, here we go. Whoop. Can I kill him through the wall? Yes, I can. I've definitely got enough points to put a level in. It's okay. It's not a big emergency. Not a big emergency. Well, we're back on the twink grind. Feels good to be back in the saddle. I feel like I've just been dabbling in other games, like I've just been dipping my chicken McNugget in all these different sauces, but not really getting after it. Tweaking so hard right now. And now we're back in the shit. We're back in the real fight, the thing we've been pushing towards. Woo! Woo! You dip your nuggets in the sauce? Alright. In y'all's opinion, where do the best chicken nuggets come from? Because I had some KFC chicken nuggets the other day. Honestly, not that bad. Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets, pretty good. I feel like all these other places have kind of blown McDonald's chicken nuggets just out of the water. Like, McDonald's chicken nuggets don't even have any semblance of being chicken to me. Like some processed food goo. Chick-fil-A or KFC? Alright. Shared experience. Yeah, well, I guess back when it was cheap, yeah. Yeah. Imagine, like, being competitive with chicken nuggets of that quality, though. You don't want to be. If you're McDonald's, you want people to... You want people to pay food goo prices for food goo products. I also feel like the sauce selection is just lacking at McDonald's usually. Whoa! Heyo. KFC, they didn't even have it on the menu, but they had a buffalo sauce there. Well, it's a buffalo ranch sauce. So, you know, I was really surprised because I'll always default for buffalo if I can get it. But their Korean barbecue sauce, not that bad either. A good runner-up, IMO. Woo! That was close. Woo! Rough gig. KFC is chicken and waffles meals now too. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm not a chicken and waffles type of person. That just sounds like a fucking heart attack incoming. Oh yeah, Waffle House. Yep, I know about them that particular Waffle House. I had no idea it was open already though. Go in there and get you a chocolate chip waffle. Mmm. Yeah, yummy. Am I right, babe? Yeah. Pancakes? Really? I'm actually way more of a waffle fan than a pancake fan. I feel like they have more body to them. But a soft, fluffy pancake is hard to it's hard to say no to. Pancakes reign supreme on this stream. Oh, you're a pancake fan? You're team pancake? Team pancake. Well, you're right there with Shy. The waffle is made out of donut dough, which makes it too sweet in my opinion. Oh yeah, that made me sick just hearing it. I guess part of just the waffle experience is sweetness, but you don't have to make the dough itself sweet. You just make the fucking the batter. You don't have to make the batter sweet, whatever it is. But yeah, the dough. You don't have to. But yeah, yeah, you don't have to. You don't. Well, I'm talking about waffles too. Is that batter? Okay, well, either way. Oh, well, the waffles have no business being as superior as they are. Waffles for the win? Yeah, Team Waffle. Let's go, Austin. Right now it's an even tie between Waffle and Pancake. We'll have to keep a poll going as the evening goes on. I feel like I'm about to die. No, sir. Okay. Oh, shit. Well. Damn it, lad. Pancakes are great, but you know what the best part about waffles is? Tell me. The blue ones? The blue waffles? I'm surprised you know what that is. Shit! Shit! Alright. Whole thing is brutal. You can really enjoy waffles better than pancakes while watching gladiator fights at Waffle House. Yeah. They really need to put a, like a little boxing ring inside of a Waffle House. Just where people can settle their differences. Kind of like how whenever you go out on a cruise ship, you know you're in international waters. They need to cut some sort of deal with the government to where whenever you go in that boxing ring, like, regular rules of, like, assault and everything kind of go off the table. It's voluntary. Waffle House would do good to recognize its establishment as part eatery, part sporting event. Bringing the home. How you do it? The true successor to the Empire, Waffle House. Yeah. It'd be so good. Like honestly, Waffle House could really do something with that if they took it seriously. Kind of like how they have like slapping events now. Like, what if you just set up a little like slapping podium in the Waffle House where people could dish it out? Imagine the crowds that you would draw. Everyone would just be eating breakfast food. Maybe if they put beer on the menu, it would really take off, but, you know. You can do something with this. The only thing stopping them is a lack of imagination. What up, JDX? How you doing, man? Where are we going? Where are we going? Oozy? Anybody feeling oozy? Is that a question? Oozy? Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that was a little weird. Interdimensional beings. Someone will get the joke? Alright, I'm gonna take your word for it. You know what? I'm curious. I don't know if you like reacting to Moist Critical. That's where I got 2 out of 3 of those react sessions last night. I actually watch a fair bit of Critical. I can't say as I react to him very often, but I do watch him. I do like the lad. I've been watching him for years. Oh yeah, the lady that diarrheaed on the car, that was interesting. That was one of the most interesting road rages I've seen. I started watching Charlie whenever he was doing his commercials, where he would like narrate over the top of commercials, like shitty products. And he would give just funny commentary on the shitty products. Eh. You're watching. Aw, thanks, Broderick. Thank you. Wah. Wah. To completion? Oh, thank you. You know I like it when you get to completion. I think my total estimated income from streams right now is it's like $1.43. So we're going places, boys. I should be able to fund a live show at the Roosevelt Theater by 2030. Give them the business. That's the business. Oh yeah, I got a buff that makes it to where I don't need to double tap them. Bloop. Are you talking about the Battlefield franchise? But I always thought Battlefield Hardline was like a really cool idea, but it's like it's more what Payday ended up doing, but than what they ended up doing in Battlefield Hardline. I thought, you know, Cops and Robbers is always a really cool setup for a game. It's all just in the execution of it, though. If you make it just too, you know, you have to make like the mechanics for the individual sides feel right, and that's always tricky because they just end up feeling like opposing sides. Like that are equally powered, whenever the cops should always have the upper hand, and the criminals should have to think more on their feet and be more, you know, tactic oriented. Give him the juice. Criminal definitely have the power. Someone would say the criminals are in power in the government. Yeah. I mean, like, you just need a. You need kind of like, I'll tell you a game that always did the one type of gameplay versus another that I really liked really well. Was back when Splinter Cell did Pandora Tomorrow, and they had the spies versus mercenaries in that. I played the fuck out of that. That was so much fun. You know, because you had just the mercenaries were so powerful, and the spies were, you know, weak comparatively, unless the spies figured out ways to just they found ways to just kind of run circles around you. Because you've had people that knew how to play as the spies, but they would just like smoke bomb you to death and just make your life hell if you were a mercenary. But then you would have people that really figured out the mercenary role too. They needed balancing, but live services wasn't really a thing back then, so you didn't get the. They never got the balancing they deserved. Oh my god, that was surprising. What a lovely creature. Old tactician's pauldrons. Boom! Isn't that a blast from the past? I haven't thought about Pandora Tomorrow in a long time. Chaos Theory was one of my favorite games back whenever it came out. I was really into Splinter Cell back in the day. I was into Tom Clancy games in general. Back when Rainbow Six was super, super tactical, not like a multiplayer shit show like it is today. Give me your soul. Ah, well. Boo. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Just like that. Alright. Now we're going places. Is that a boss? I hope not. Before we go backwards, or before we go forward, we need to go backwards. Oh. What you doing? Doom is here. Oh, it is? Well, you have to get the Primo version, right? Like the deluxe version in order to play it now? Like, don't they have that play it early thing going on? Bro, is this about to happen? It totally happened. Wow. What a scum... I need to stop cursing. Plurk. What a plurkin' moron that guy was. What a loony. Somar, did you get the deluxe version and you're playing the new Doom right meow? I haven't seen others playing it. Yeah. Tell you what. Thing is, if you just wait till the game comes out, you can get it on Game Pass, and you don't have to pay fucking what, $100 or some shit. Let's see.
We don't know where he came from.
The makers are still not responding. Defenses.
Yeah, $100. Nah, I'm good. I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. It ain't worth all that to me. That's silly. Oh shit. Whoa. Turn page, yeah, that's anti-consumer. I see gameplay from people playing. If looking good, I buy it. Well, are you gonna buy it? Whoa, God, that was close. Okay. Ugh. Don't like that thing. I can do without that. This guy with a boner runs into a wall, he breaks his nose. Remember that one. That's a classic. It's a timeless tale. My brother in atheism, Game Pass was literally designed to be pro-consumer choice from the ground up. I would agree, actually. I feel like Game Pass is pretty darn pro-consumer. You just have to be okay with the fact that, you know, you aren't actually paying for the game. You know, you're paying for the service of being able to play the game. You know, it's kind of like paying for Steam, except instead of buying games on Steam, you just pay for the application itself and you can play everything on it for free. Kind of two different ways of doing the same thing, isn't it? What's the third part? The weapon? Oh, okay. Well, I ain't too fucked up about that. Yeah. Good armor. Then that's a good armor. Probably raised like what if I do a console price and game prices to buy them flat out. Yeah, well, prices definitely aren't getting cheaper, especially not on GPUs. Okay. I really need a checkpoint. Really, really, really need a checkpoint. Like, it's crazy how bad I need a checkpoint. Hold on a second. Gives me 50% health. You know what? We'll do that. You can put it in a hotkey too. Put it right there. Now what? Where's all the goodies? Okay, yeah, guess it is just a straight dead end. Oh, man. Did I go back? Should I turn back? What? Fuck. Let's go. Let's get up there. What the fuck is that thing? Oh, it's one of those. Nah. We need a checkpoint before we deal with any of that mess. Heyo! There it is. What's this? Very cool. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Log on to the damn thing. Get in the ring, man. Let's get hot tags together. What are you talking about? Get in the ring. What's a hot tag? Hey, Monsieur Phantom. A long time no see. It's 9:21. What are you doing? A bit late. Damn, I'm so close to heaven too. Just chillin'? Big chillin'? What you been playing recently, man? I was trying to play into your gay fantasy jokes, went right over your head. It's easy to do.
Smell that.
Who said I'm joking?
Of chaos is here too.
Fortnite and Brawlhalla. You probably don't know these games. Actually, I've played both of them. How could I not have heard of Fortnite? Unless I've been living under a rock. Say, babe, could you grab me a non-alcoholic beverage? Thank you. Oh, jeez. Well, this guy. Thanks, man. More like show me the person that hasn't heard of Fortnite. Brawlhalla, a little bit more niche, I guess you could say. Give it a good whack. Oh shit. Man, I'm brutal. Well, you gotta go. Hey, you take it easy, man. Good catching up. You looking bad. Phantom, I know you don't mean that. But thank you. What do you think it is? It's the lighting. Huh? Can't be my age. Surely. Unironically, I am pretty much, I am about to have Unk status. Probably by Christmas this year, I will have Unk status. It is very likely. What sound? Oh, sorry. Sad I get to see it get fucked. Coordination is such a unique thing to get into it. The greatest thing about platform fighters is the competitive doubles aspect. Such a unique thing to get to have in a fighting game. The coordination it takes and the difference of tier lists is very interesting. So every character gets a role mostly, whether doubles or singles. That's why I really like Multiverses. So sad to see it get fucked. Multiverses was made with 2v2 in mind. To me, all of that stuff is just, it's like, it just wants to be Super Smash Brothers really bad, right? I mean, every time I play something like Brawlhalla or Multiverses or something like that, it's like every time it's just like we're basically just doing Super Smash Brothers with a different skin, and they're trying to be as good as that. But to me, nothing ever really is. You know, it's Smash Brothers is just so goated at this point. Aww. Oh dear God. Not this. Woo. Oh. Okay. Ah! Jesus. Ah, damn. Okay. Hard work being alive. Ah. Oh god, they took him a minute. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? That thing? Yeah. It's a well-built creature. Makes you go, ew. Well, people have the assumption there's a reason things like Valhalla and Rivals, if either are still played at tournaments and still have a really rather large dedicated pool. The mechanics and characters are insanely unique in those games apart from Smash. The main mechanic of Rivals is that every character has some sort of terrain change almost. It's fucking awesome, and it's all a lot more fast-paced. Think almost melee speeds, and Brawlhalla has no fucking shield button. But you can like do the dodge, I reckon, huh? Whip. Get wrecked. Give me my juices back. Okay, here we go. Woo. Got the reversal. Now we're cooking. We're cooking with gas. Okay. Woo! Okay. Okay. Hey! He melted into a nasty puddle of goo. Chaos-ridden pauldrons. What? What do these look like? I expected more. Real no-life gamers here to clear misconception for casuals. You're right. You are the real no-life gamer. I have the unfortunate burden of half of a life. The misery. It's overwhelming. Yeah. Okay. All right. Forge?
She's headed towards the castle.
Oh, the witch. I bet the witch is gonna be.
Could she be in Aldovir Castle?
Yeah, I bet she's gonna be the boss. I guess we'll. No, we need to go back and touch. Go back and touch grass. Good practice. Get our health back. Marshal our skills. Get all gravied up. I think it's this way. I think it's up here. Right around here. There it is. Grow. And I can get bigger. Can I? I can. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna stack. We're gonna stack. We're gonna stack this right here. Yes, and this will put us over 100 resistance in pretty much everything. So, this will make us irreparably cooler. We don't have to fight this guy again, because we've already done the Lord's work. Wander through the trees in the courtyard. Really opens up it. Now that's neat. That's neat. I like this. This is a neat level design. Got castle. Black moon. Something about a... Actually, it looks like an eclipse. Actually, it looks like an eyeball. Yep. A lot going on there. A lot of layers. Very artistically alive. Oh dear God. Great Sword of the Sun. Oh, for fuck's sake. Woo! Okay, that was close. My wife got me a sweet new sleeping bag for when I have to sleep at the venue for Firestar. Hey, that's cool. Hell yeah, dude. Your wife sounds like a real one. She's looking out for you. Wild Ghost Necklace. Used to unlock Keshta. I guess I need a thing. Need one of them swords so I can look at that. Can we... Okay. Think this makes sense? It does make sense. Yeah. Sneaky peeky. Yep. Bye bye. Yeah. Everyone's just got swords. They're so big. Bit of a theme, bit of a meme in the anime universe. Alright, this must be Witchy Castle. Now, which door's got the witch in it? Which way to the witchin'? Witchy, 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 wow, witchy, woo. No, Lemal. What? What? What happened? JDX, are you okay? What's going on? Toad. I bet this is the witch's dough. Good thing I have my old one for backup. What are you? You still on about the sleeping bag? Hold on a second, I use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Yeah, they replaced the metal zippers on the exact same freaking model with shitty Chinese sweatshop plastic ones. Oh no. Dude, plastic zippers are such a scary thing. Like, you instantly start to judge, like, the surrounding product if you see a plastic zipper on it. Like, imagine paying top dollar for something and then not realizing until it's too late that there's a plastic zipper. Wouldn't you just be like, oh, you know? It's like, how much does this thing cost? Why the hell is there a plastic zipper here? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just stamina drain. Alright, that's how we're gonna do it then. Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Alright. What kind of witch do you think she is? You think she'll be a good witch or a bad witch? Do you think she'll be easy on the eyes? Or do you think she'll be some otherworldly, disgusting monster? Put your bets in now. Ah, shit. We're not to the boss fight yet. Oh, shit. Is that her? Well, hot, mild-tempered one. This would be. You're actually. I would side with that as the most likely possibility. Well. Woo! Ah, come on. Peace. I won. You gotta come at me with more than that. I wonder if that thing reappears. Hopefully not. Oh shit, it does. Damn. Okay. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Arcane Seeker waist pants. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes indeed. Shit. Okay. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. Alright, that's on. There it is. Shred them up. I don't think it's normal to have this much gold in this game. Good. What? Oh. Okay. You know what? I don't want to regenerate that thing. Spooky. Spooky. Spooky skulls. Fresh new lighting? Yeah! Nukata, you should see what I've done with the place. What we've done with the place. I actually deserve probably about 20% of the praise. Here, I'll do you one better. See? It's actually like really clean here. And yeah, the lighting is nice. Got the new PC over here. Yeah. Still more to do, but I'll tell you what. It's the ladies' touch, you're exactly right. That's the magic. The shaky cam is perfect. Well, I realized just how short the cord was for the webcam after I started moving it around. Still moving to Arizona, but we have a new plan now, and it's a much better one. What's your new plan? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Leighton Starfish, coming to you live from the office. From the orifice, straight from the orifice. As long as keeping her apartment, she's getting us one in her complex. It's like a gated duplex type. So we'll still have our own space, but really close if she needs anything. Oh, okay. So you're gonna be in like a duplex, except she's your neighbor? 'Cause that's pretty neat. Hell yeah. That's a good deal. That way you can, you know, escape. If you ever need to. God. No? Okay, so you're still gonna lock yourself in. You're just gonna... it's gonna take a minute for you to get to where you want to lock yourself in. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't cherish the roommate days. Keep going for strength. Keep putting in the strength. Oh shit, I bet this has gotta be the witch's titty right here. I bet you anything. What is this? Down, periscope. My initial roommates in the early days of my marine run were actually mature when it made sense. I had both really good roommates and really shit roommates whilst I was in the military. It was, if anything was a mixed bag, it was that. Well, once I got out of like the general regiments and into like the special forces barracks, it got a whole lot better. Whole lot better. What do we got? All right, let's see what kind of witch we have. Which one? Mormon slimy. Hot and mild-tempered?
Kazan. So
Whoa.
you survived after all, I see. That's disappointing.
Ozma, where is he?
The great General Kazan. I never understood what Ozma saw in you. Always talking you up all the time. Very annoying. Why would he need you when he already had me?
She's evil.
Thank you for the strength you've given me, Master Ozma.
Okay.
Now Kazan will die.
Okay. Okay, that really hurt. Okay, that really hurt too. Okay. Oh shit. Do you think oogly boogly? Jesus. Jesus. Hey. All right. This is gonna be a painful experience. I can already tell. Oh, sweet. Pacifico? Where are we going? Okay. All right. So we know we're on the witch. I'm gonna have to just dedicate a stream to the witch. There's no way. There's no way I'm gonna end up beating her tonight. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay, JDX, what do you got? Reacts, please. Yes, 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 yes. I promise. I promise you. I'm gonna do it. You did good, babe. It's on Charlie's page. You mean the lady shitting? Um, all right. I've already seen the lady shitting, so let's take a look at the look. Is it this one? The online court one? Let's just keep that open. Real molester? What are we? I'm doing one of these. Which are we're talking about a cucumber guy? Yes, there is a cucumber guy. You're talking about the sentencing of cucumber guy? Yeah.
You know who we did catch? The cucumber butthole blaster. And I'd say that's good enough. For 7 months, Washington, D.C. citizens have slept in fear, paralyzed with anxiety over the thought that he was out there. Nothing was safe.
I remember hearing about this back whenever it first happened. Yeah, it is a fascinating phenomenon. Where is my mind? There.
And for 7 months, we didn't know if he'd ever actually be brought to justice, thrown in the slammer for his degenerate actions with a cucumber. I made a video 7 months ago covering the genesis of this villain.
Shy is a big cucumber fan.
He was captured on camera going up to this car after pulling a cucumber from his lunchbox.
He had 4 of the tiny cucumbers.
Dipped them in your hot sauce.
Mm-hmm. But she ate them. She didn't do what this guy did with them.
He walked over with the big iron on his hip. He then grabbed the cucumber, slapped it into the grill of the car, and then fucked his ass with it. He rode it like a scooter. Well, that is if you ride scooters sitting down, I guess. He rode it like he was galloping on a horse, but it was a cucumber blowing out his fucking guts. Anyway, we have the chilling video camera footage of the event. I won't curse you with that again. I'm not trying to make this like a, the VHS tape from The Ring where you get your butt fucked in 7 days by a cucumber or something, just having watched this degenerate act. But basically, he put it in the grill of the car. He did that, captured on camera. It also happened to be like right next to a school. The whole thing just unbelievably disgusting. Turns out he has a history of doing sex acts like that around the area. This was the only cucumber one that's been reported. This is not what the VeggieTales died for, I'll tell you that much. But he has very extensive history with doing sex acts in public with things like handrails and rakes. And today, he's finally been sentenced.
Being sexually explicit with a cucumber in the middle of the day around the corner from a D.C. high school.
He was sentenced today for a string of sex acts near several families' homes.
What started as a search for a man pleasuring himself in public with a cucumber, now ending with a jail sentence for not one, but a string of alleged sex acts from late July into early September last year.
Now, in the first footage, the initial tapes that captured the cucumber incident where he slapped it in the car's grill, turning it into a unicorn and then cleaning his colon out with it, well, it wasn't just that. He then, after finishing with the car, grabbed the cucumber again and then just bent over and just full-blown, like he was playing a violin with the cucumber, but in his ass. And he did that a few times in and out, and then threw the cucumber back in the lunchbox, and then went.
No! What the fuck was that? It was too much cucumber sex talk. It had... Oh, fuck. Oh, God. What the fuck was that? I hit the button. Whatever button it was a serious button. Oliver was just like, nope, I'm out. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get all my windows rearranged here. Way too many tabs in my life. Okay.
You know who we did catch?
There we go.
In the grill of the car, he did that, captured again, and then just bent over.
Not one, but a string of alleged sex acts from late July into early...
Wrapped it in the car's grill, turning it into a unicorn and then cleaning his colon out with it. Well, it wasn't just that. He then, after finishing with the car, grabbed the cucumber again, and then just bent over and just full-blown, like he was playing a violin with the cucumber, but in his ass. And he did that a few times in and out, and then threw the cucumber back in the lunchbox and then went about his day. I speculated that he may have been out going to do it somewhere else too. Like, it looked like the director's cut, where it would be like the cucumber butthole blaster will return at the end of, like, the fucking Thunderbolts movie. So it was just, I had a theory that this wasn't a one-time thing. Turns out I was correct. I think most people speculate.
I think, yeah, it's like if you're the type of person to violate a cucumber in public, it's probably not like a one and done thing. You don't do crazy shit like that once. You're always on like your umpteenth iteration of the process, trying to perfect the art that you've committed yourself to in your head.
that though, by the way. It wasn't like a crazy call for me here. He has a history of doing this. You saw a couple of photos there where he's like riding the handrails, and he was apparently inserting like the end of handrails up his butt.
Mere yards down the street
Wow.
where 31-year-old Anthony Hines II was caught on camera in broad daylight with the vegetable he just pulled from a lunchbox. Court documents show a string of similar incidents, mostly involving handrails. And one, police explicitly said, is shaped like a pine cone. Another handrail, allegedly hit on 2 occasions, is now wrapped with what looks like sandpaper.
Honestly, just put that handrail out of its misery. Just send it to the fucking grave. It doesn't want to live anymore, I'll tell you that much. The sandpaper's only going to do so much. Just take it down, destroy it. It's ruined. It's completely ruined. This weirdo just cruising around Washington, D.C. on freaky mode. Anytime he sees a handrail, he just gets a boner. Also, when he was doing all of these things, did he go to completion till he ejaculated? Like, it's already a huge health hazard, just putting his bare anus on all of these handrails and handles of rakes. Like, I feel like that's a pretty serious thing. Like, there's probably people that use those handrails and maybe got sick fucking pink eye or something, cholera, I have no idea, E. coli. It feels like
Wash your hands, right? Like it reinforces that. Yeah, dude clearly has like a phallic obsession, right? Brakes, handrails, cucumbers, right? There's a pattern here. He sees penis and everything, and the man knows what he likes.
a pretty big deal to me. But his sentencing was very light. I'll spoil the surprise. He got sentenced.
Well, what are you gonna get him on? Like just being lewd and exhibitious in public? Like that's basically it. It's not like he wasn't like having sex in public. He was, I don't know, what's the most you can get charged? Like what's the maximum penalty you can get for something like yoinking in public, right?
Sentenced to 360 days in jail, but he's only going to be
360 days? Holy shit.
serving 6 months and then some probation. I think that's less than a slap on the wrist. He's going to do it again. For 6 months, he will probably, when he gets out, I would imagine the next day, park your cars in the garage or hide them under some trees somewhere, anywhere out of sight, because there is going to be a rampage with this man and every vegetable he can find at the supermarket. He will be going everywhere, putting everything in his butt across all of Washington, D.C. Mark my words. Like, that is not nearly punishment enough for this, I think.
Footage in one homeowner's backyard reportedly caught Hines using the handle of a garden rake in a sex act.
Public or private, anywhere in your backyard, man, it's not appropriate, I don't think.
Homeowners impact.
Don't some states have sex offender registration sentence for public jerking no matter what? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you can be put on a sex offender registry for. I don't know, but I know what does know. Right. Tennessee, for example, indecent exposure is defined as the intentional exposure from one of one's genitals in a public place, especially when done for sexual arousal or to offend others. If the act is committed in the presence of a child, or if the individual has prior convictions, the offense can escalate to a felony. So yeah, convictions for indecent exposure, particularly those involving minors or repeated offenders, can require registration to. Yep. All right. Yeah. There it is. So.
Acted told me they're relieved for a bookend to the bizarre case, including one whose SUV was targeted with the cucumber, saying she's grateful for the police work, adding,
I'm curious. What's the maximum sentence that can be handed down? In Tennessee, Class B misdemeanor, $500. Class A misdemeanor, $2,500. 18 years old. The offense escalates to a Class A misdemeanor, carrying a potential sentence of up to 11 months and 29 days, and a fine of $2,500. Okay. Class E felony. The offense becomes a Class E felony, punishable by 1 to 6 years. All right. Well, yeah, that's 6 years for jerking it in public is not worth it. Holy shit.
Quote, I'm thankful to the community for helping crack the case of the vegetable voyeur and look forward to enjoying farmers market season in peace.
Yeah, it is nice he was arrested and will be going to jail, but it's not for that long. You can enjoy the farmers market for approximately 6 months. This dude, upon being released, I would wager a guess, will probably walk down the steps, take down his britches, and immediately start flossing his ass crack with the handrail outside the jailhouse. That would be my guess.
Yeah,
like, this is definitely someone who is just out of control. He has a history of doing this with handrails, the fucking handle of a garden rake, a cucumber on some stranger's car right next to a school. Like, come on.
Yeah, what are you in for?
And just today, Hines was sentenced for 5 counts of lewd, indecent, or obscene acts, 4 counts related to accessing private property when he wasn't supposed to be there. He did plead guilty and was sentenced to 360 days in jail, but will serve 6 months according to the terms after pleading guilty, and an additional 2 years of probation.
I can't help but just think about that sandpaper handrail one more time real quick. Was that like a preventative measure that they put there? Like, they wrapped it in sandpaper to try and discourage copycat criminals from fucking themselves on it?
DC was trying, yeah, that is exactly, given that it took place in DC, that is pretty much exactly what you would expect, yeah.
Or did he, the cucumber butthole blaster, wrap it in the sandpaper for his pleasure? And then
gotta be the second one.
The question becomes, how did he not just leave it covered in blood? Like, if he wrapped in sandpaper,
he licked it off
and then just started, bouncing on it crazy style, how did he not rub all the skin off of his sphincter? So to me, it feels like it was put there after the fact, and I don't see how that does anything at all. It just feels, that whole tidbit of lore there with that handrail post asshole incident is just a little confusing to me, but maybe I'm just not thinking about it properly and can't fully grasp the real intention behind the sandpaper. I think it's also worth mentioning, these are the only cases we know of. There's a chance that every handrail in Washington, D.C. has faced the wrath of this man's asshole. Like,
wash your hands.
We can't rule out that possibility. This is only what he's been
probably
caught
not just
with
DC.
Here on these handrails, and that garden rake, and that cucumber on that car. But it could have been spanning years. Only God has that information. We can't possibly seek to understand how long he's been doing this, or how many handrails have been compromised out there. Stay safe, Washington, D.C. Yes, he may be going to jail, but the damage that his anus has done, well, there's no telling the extent.
I think, honestly, if it was his first offense, I think 6 months in jail, if he is of a mind that can be cured, 6 months in jail would do it. But something tells me he's just kind of broken, and that they're going to be in for more of this. Which, you're in DC. What do you expect? You should, if you're going to DC and you don't see people like just getting after just different objects in the environment, I don't know what you're going to DC for. The Smithsonian. Are we doing the online virtual court?
So,
yeah.
Judge, what are your...
Holy shit, this is an hour long. Bro, no. No. I am not going to watch an hour-long video. Plus pausing to react? Bro, no fucking way. just watch some. Hmm.
So, Judge, what are your thoughts on this Zoom video court?
Oh, I think it's completely ridiculous and it's making a mockery out of the court system. I got folks calling in here drinking, smoking, carrying on and acting a fool in ways I've never seen in my 30-year career as a judge. And my court's getting worse every day because of these knuckleheads.
Today we'll be exploring the insanity that is Zoom court.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I, Wavy Webster, your favorite.
I've seen a lot of these. I get the feeling.
Online paralegal.
Like I saw a lot of those. They just flash.
There are many of us out there. We'll be taking you on a tour through some of the most hilariously unhinged Zoom court cases. It's 200 an hour, by the way.
The amount of disrespect that I've encountered since this Zoom court stuff, it really just blows my mind.
Kobe Harris, the driver's license dimwit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the
This guy was not guilty. This guy was found not guilty. I don't know if he's going to cover that.
Most perpetually confused man in American history. A Michigan native whose driver's license status is truly one of the great mysteries of the universe. Active, suspended, or revoked? Not even he really knows. This dumbfounded driver parked into a lot of public controversy.
I think it's crazy the way his bottom, you know, kind of like me, like my top teeth show, and there's not really much I can do about it because that's just my face. His bottom teeth show like that. Like, dude has no upper tooth set.
After a viral Zoom clip showcased him attending a virtual court hearing for driving without a license from the driver's seat of a moving vehicle.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
This stun-locked chauffeur here became something of a meme due to his slack-jawed expression and the sheer brazen stupidity of what he did. But did he actually do anything wrong at all? See, in the aftermath of this clip, Budget Ben CeeLo Green here would claim the entire ordeal was just a big misunderstanding, and when the truth came out, we would be the ones looking like we just shit ourselves in traffic.
I've been assaulted, I've been followed, I've been laughed at, I've been ridiculed, I have been disrespected.
So what
are his glasses?
CeeLo Green here would claim the entire ordeal was just a big misunderstanding.
It's like they're like clear mirrored.
And when the truth came
clear mirrored polarized glasses. I don't know. I think they're kind of neat.
Out, we would be the ones looking like we just shit ourselves in traffic.
I've been assaulted, I've been followed, I've been laughed at, I've been ridiculed.
Who would assault somebody for something like that? Because he didn't have a driver's license and he was driving. Like, I could see laughing at, sure. Like, I mean, we're actively laughing at him, but I don't get to see the point of assaulting him.
I have been disrespected.
So what is the real story here? Well, let's back things up and start from the beginning. In October of 2023, 44-year-old Michigan man Corey Harris was given a citation by a police officer in Washtenaw County after he was pulled over for having an expired license plate on the vehicle he was driving. Upon further inspection, the man was also found to have been driving without a valid license. Corey was expected to appear in front of court at a later date, and all things considered, it was said to have been a cordial, routine traffic stop. And after this run-in with the law, Corey Harris learned his lesson and never got behind the wheel of a vehicle without a license again.
Yes, I am.
No, that's not what happens at all. In fact, given what transpires next, it's very likely that Corey Harris started driving even more after getting pulled over. Several months later, on May 15th of 2024, Corey Harris would attend his scheduled court hearing over virtual Zoom court. His hearing being presided over by Judge Cedric Simpson, a judge that has become somewhat famous here on YouTube, as his court actively live streams its hearings.
You don't want to go down and see Mr. Fink? You don't want to do that? You want to try to overtalk me? You just come down here and you're going to have to show it.
Many viral
He has live streams? I think that would be fun as fuck to watch.
Zoom court defendant disaster clips are made
What's his name? What's that judge's name?
here live.
Cedric Simpson.
Let me show you here what we're working with.
Damn, I'll be damned. Streamed 8 hours ago.
And Corey Harris
I'll
was
watch.
about to become Judge Simpson's premier court jester. The hearing starts off routinely, with Simpson announcing the case and prosecuting and defending attorneys identifying themselves. But the moment Corey's Zoom feed loads into frame, any chance of this being a routine suspended license hearing went right out of the driver's side window. Corey answered the call for his suspended license hearing while he was fucking driving.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
That's so funny. Nah, after this, I'm shutting this down.
You stationary?
I got a video to work on.
Right now, at this second, yes, I am.
Bro says this in such a shit-eating way, like the judge is about to compliment him on his dedication to driver safety.
Yes, I am.
All right.
I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually.
Finding a healthcare provider is a stressful process. I think we can all relate to a time where we had to go in blind to a doctor that we found on a last-minute driving with a suspended license by the court. Everyone in the courtroom is in total shock, with Corey seeming completely oblivious as to why. I gotta give it to Judge Simpson here because I don't think I could contain myself. I'd be laughing my ass off at this buffoon, but he manages to keep it together.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
Yeah, like if you go viral like this, yes, you should just fucking get merch, start get yourself an online presence, and you might as well capitalize on it, right? Like you could either let it destroy you or you can turn it into a shield.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving, and he didn't have a license.
And it's at this moment that the once relatively chatty Mr. Harris completely loses his grasp on the English language.
Is with the charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Hello?
Hello.
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
Those of you in the medical crowd watching might just assume Corey Harris suffered an ischemic stroke, but rest assured this is simply the face of a stupid person slowly realizing they fucked up. As a result of his actions here, the moronic motorist was ordered by Judge Simpson to turn himself in by the end of the day, or a warrant would be issued for his arrest.
Defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
This is a face of pure regret. Though it took about 3 minutes and 7 seconds, the neurons in Mr. Harris's brain had finally pieced together what had happened and why the man on his phone screen was mad at him. He had been caught driving by the judge.
Oh my god.
It's clips and screenshots like this that would soon go viral across the internet. Man with suspended license appears in virtual court while driving. It was the funny headline at the time. For about a week or so, you couldn't escape this guy's slack-jawed face and people commenting about the sheer idiocy of his actions in posts featuring it. As the internet was laughing at him, Corey Harris would turn himself into police. The man would spend 2 days in jail relating to the ordeal, and most thought this to be the end of the matter entirely. But oh no, our journey with Mr. Harris is about to take an absurd detour, an unsignaled left turn, if you will. Sometime after Corey Harris got out of jail, he would claim this entire situation was actually the government's fault, and he was being framed for a crime that he never committed. But like, how? We literally saw him in 4K shitting himself in front of the judge while driving that car, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that he didn't do nothing. I heard he was a didn't do.
Well, Harris would later protest that the license suspension in question had actually been reversed back in 2022, and due to a clerical error, it was never updated in the system.
He thought the suspension
Then why'd he log into court that day?
that was tied to unpaid child support had been lifted 2 years ago. What was your reaction when he told you, so you have a suspended license?
I looked at him like, you got to be joking, because all of this was supposed to have been taken care of already.
Court records show a judge ordered that suspension lifted in January 2022, but a spokesperson for the Secretary of State said they never received a clearance from the friend of the court.
Yeah, according to Harris, we were the idiots in this situation, and he was a legal genius prepared to take this matter to the Supreme Traffic Court.
Dude got so embarrassed, he went and he started talking to ChatGPT to try to get it all figured out.
The lumpy litigant protested further, claiming the state never notified him that he was compelled to pay a license clearance fee in order for the reversal of his license suspension to be completed.
Because Harris did not pay the license clearance fee to their clerk's office.
Never told me a thing. That's all they said, was that they would be sending me some paperwork in the mail. And here it is, 2024, and I just received the paperwork that they were supposed to send me 2 years ago.
Friend of the court.
Right.
They never said you had to pay a fee or anything.
No.
So yeah, if what Corey has to say here is indeed true, it did appear as if the state dropped the ball. And many online would actually rally to the man's defense, now saying that he was actually the victim in this situation.
Well, now it turns out there's more to the story. It turns out that a judge actually ordered that the suspension of his license be lifted way back in January of 2022. But then for some reason, the Michigan Secretary of State's office just never received the news that the suspension was lifted. And so according to Harris, he believed that he had every right to be
Why does DeFranco look like iDubbbz? What is happening?
Behind the wheel, telling WXYZ.
They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't. It's very embarrassing. And with the type of ties that I have with the church and the community, it's very embarrassing.
Right, but still, because he got caught on that Zoom, he ended up spending 2 nights in jail. And not only that, Harris claimed that the reason that he was driving, he wasn't just doing it for no reason. He said he was actually driving his wife to the doctor because her medical condition was worsening.
In addition to being embarrassed and relentlessly mocked online, Harris also claimed the arrest resulting from this apparent clerical mix-up had caused him to be stalked and assaulted.
It has literally been pure OD hell. I've been assaulted. I've been followed. I've been laughed at. I've been ridiculed. I have been.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to take it. He doesn't know how to turn it. He doesn't know how to turn it around into a positive.
Disrespected.
You know what, Corey? I think we were wrong about you, bud. You didn't deserve the government screwing you out of your license. After all, that judge unsuspended it back in 2022. You shouldn't have been arrested on Zoom for driving in the first place. This whole thing was just unfair. All the jokes that I've made about you in this video, I take them all back. I apologize. At least that's what I would say if Corey Harris wasn't a big fat liar.
And so I am going to make sure that the record is very, very clear as to what this court knows and what this court acted on May 15th.
On June 5th, 2024, Harris would attend a scheduled court hearing related to the matter of his infamous Zoom arrest. Many were expecting the judge to issue some sort of apology on behalf of the state, or to exonerate Corey Harris of any driving-related infractions. However, what actually happened was Judge Simpson, in surgically precise fashion, exposing Mr. Corey Harris as a complete fraud, debunking his bogus story, and revealing to the public an unbelievable piece of information. Corey Harris never had his license suspended. In fact,
what?
Corey Harris never had received a driver's license in his entire life. And
What? Wait, what? 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 So he just. So that is like a Shyamalan twist. He didn't even have a license. So with that look of shock on his face whenever they were like, "Oh, your driver's license is rescinded," he was like, "Oh, wow."
the prior suspension actually regarded his right to acquire a license in the first place.
He has never had a Michigan license, ever, and has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths that form up this great union. He has never had a license. In point of fact, when they suspended his license in Saginaw, they don't suspend the license. They suspend the privilege to drive in this state.
Simpson continues by explaining that if Harris wanted to ever get his ability to receive his first driver's license, all he would have to do is to pay a fee and take the test. But either out of sheer laziness, idiocy, or contempt, he had still yet to do so.
Were unsuspended in 2022. That required Mr. Harris to do something. He didn't do it. Therefore, the friend of the court was under no obligation to send anything to the Secretary of State. Now, I hated that I had to look at all of this, but when there's a question as to what I did, I'm going to look at everything to make sure that what I did was all in order.
In addition to this, the judge would address an excuse issued by Corey, where he stated he was unable to physically go to the Secretary of State's office to get a driver's license because he was bedridden for a time. Simpson points out during the time that Harris claimed he was bedridden, he actually went to that very office to renew his normal state ID.
Mr. Harris indicated that at some point he had been involved in some accident. And being involved into the accident, that he was basically bedridden or at least housebound, he could not get to the Secretary of State. That's not true. Okay. He purposely stated that he could not get to the Secretary of State.
Oh, did it disconnect? Did it disconnect? Should just give it a second. Did it bling?
Yeah. Which, for the way we handle things in this court, would have placed him in a whole different category. We would have tried to find a way. Let's figure it out.
And W couple? You mean us? Thank you, JP.
And the reason I know that is because Mr. Harris, on December 28th of 2023, do you know where you were?
December 28th, 23.
23rd. 2023.
I know I was laid up from my accident.
You were at the Secretary of State's office. And you were at the Secretary of State's office because you redid and got your new Michigan ID. I have the date. That's the date you did it.
The judge also elaborates that this piece of information is how he figured out Corey didn't have a license to begin with.
The way I know that he's never had a license is because May 3rd, he was 19 at the time. May 3rd, 1999, he applied for his first Michigan ID. Council knows, so I do, you cannot have both. You either have an ID or you have a license, one of the two. He has religiously every year gotten a new ID. And so he knows that he doesn't have a license. And quite frankly, I just wish he would have said that at the beginning. And all of this hoopla could have been just put all.
He was like, no, I'm going to build a lie on top of the confusion that already exists. He's like, I'm going to build a lie on top of that.
Aside.
Thinking it won't all come crashing down. Wild.
And we all go through the process as we do with all of the people coming here to try to get him his license back. But his falsehoods, misstatements are not going to fare him well in this court. I'm done for now.
Standing almost as dumbfounded as he sat during the infamous Zoom call, Harris was shown no mercy, as his lies were completely exposed and his excuses diligently debunked. The defeated dope would slink and assume a sullen demeanor for the remainder of this reality check of a hearing. Those watching the live stream noticed something about Corey as he was pouting. This
that shirt.
fucking guy had the audacity to wear a t-shirt to court. But not only that, the shirt had the words "Trust Me" on the front and had the image of a hand with its fingers crossed on the back of it. Either this guy is actually clinically delayed or is one of the greatest deep cover trolls in history. Like, you cannot make this shit up.
Dude, like, he knew. I don't know. He's either, like he said, he's either a genius or something's fucked up. Something's fucked up. He went out and bought that shirt just for that hearing.
Simpson wasn't the only one in the courtroom that had smoke for Mr. Harris, as the prosecutors got a chance to chime in as well, discussing with the court the matter of police body cam footage in which Harris is allegedly heard admitting to the officer that he did not have a valid driver's license, admitting this multiple times. This essentially eviscerating Corey's narrative where he says he was under the impression that he had a valid license the entire time.
When I was at the police department yesterday, we watched the body cam video. At least twice during this traffic stop, he acknowledged to the officer that he did not have a valid license. Quote, actually, I don't have a valid license.
And with that, Corey Harris, once believed to be the most confused man in American history, was now proven to be nothing more than a bumbling liar with a penchant for looking stupid no matter the venue. While driving on Zoom, lying to the public on television, throwing a pity party, and even while physically in court, this man somehow finds a way to make a laughingstock out of himself.
I mean, like I said, if he ain't capitalizing on the clout, I don't know what he's doing.
He's obviously getting interviewed, looking way more bougie than he did before.
He's one of those people that use this state ID as a license. You can only get away with that as a new driver in the deep south. I don't know nothing. I didn't even know that ID was a separate thing from license. I learned something new.
After the hearing, Harris was ordered back into custody due to a standing bench warrant associated with another unrelated case for driving with a suspended license, which I will not be covering today. He would be bailed out shortly.
Bro can't stop. What, dude? Just go get your driver's license. Just go get your driver's license. It's fine. It'll be fine. Just go get it.
After by his wife. And with that, the saga that began with Corey's infamous Zoom court appearance finally had some closure. There is something of a positive ending to this story, as it does appear that Corey just may have learned his lesson. Harris's attorney, Dion Webster Cox, would later give an update on her client.
I thought that was his wife for a second. I was gonna say, well, dude doesn't do too bad for himself, you know? Yeah.
Stating that Corey was taking proper steps.
That's his attorney.
And getting a driver's learning permit, and that her office was helping him do so. On June 7th, 2024...
Imagine being his attorney. Imagine how terrifying that would be. Hold on, I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Corey Harris would celebrate publicly, revealing that he had finally gotten his learner's permit. And about a month later after that, on July 8th, 2024, Corey Harris, for the first time in his life, would receive a driver's license. Finally,
Okay,
on
well,
August
he did
7th,
it.
2024, Harris appeared in court once again, but now that he had secured a driver's license, his charge would be downgraded from a misdemeanor, and the fines and costs associated with the charges were waived. In all seriousness, though, congratulations to Corey Harris. It took you a while, but you are now a functioning adult. I'll see you on the road, big guy.
I like this guy's setup. Whoever this
With
dude
this
is.
virtual Zoom stuff, people just letting caution to the wind. Like there's no decorum at all in the court.
Green.
What?
What?
W woman takeover.
I'm checking out this guy's channel. I like his setup.
Oh, like his little sand rocks that he's got in the background?
Well, it just looks cool.
Yeah, I like his wallpaper in the video.
Yeah,
we're
I
on.
think it's a wallpaper.
Grab That Auto by Germa. What, is that music?
Harris appeared in court once again, but now that he had secured a driver's license, his charge would be downgraded from a misdemeanor,
Yes!
and the fines
Finally.
and costs associated with the charges were waived. In all seriousness, though,
Huh.
congratulations.
See, I like that wallpaper. That shit's crazy.
Lights with like the orange and purple light. It looks
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does look really cool.
To Corey.
a really good camera.
Got some 90s throwback stuff over here.
Everything's
Yeah.
very crisp and
Well,
clear.
it's a 4K camera. Yeah. Thing is, whenever you got like a little box down in the corner like that,
Mhm.
you can use a 1080p camera and everything works fine. But if you're taking up the whole screen, you got to get a 4K camera.
Harris,
Got
it
to.
took you a while, but you are now a functioning adult. I'll see you on the road, big guy.
He shouldn't be allowed to. I mean, I guess he went through the process.
He did go through. He did. He got his license. I'm proud of him.
I am too. Yeah.
He got his charge lowered by actually getting a permit. Yeah, hell yeah. You know what? It shows growth. So
Yeah, it does.
yeah, for sure.
With this virtual Zoom stuff, people just letting caution to the wind. Like there's no decorum at all in the courtroom anymore. I've seen some absurd things over the last couple of years.
Hello, Your Honor.
Did you forget to flush the toilet again?
Fucking shut up! Get off my back, bitch!
Now this is a serious... Boy, if you don't stop slurping
That shit's unhealthy.
that drink, this ain't your mama's house.
Excuse me, Mr. Judge, sir.
Barg's root beer.
You can order my balls in your mouth. Or you're going to be held in contempt of my
Yeah,
dick.
probably a lot. Hold on.
Yeah.
How much sugar is in a can of Barg's root beer? $44 grams of sugar.
I was like, what, like 8
Pretty
grams
close.
off? Yeah, I was close.
That shit. Ugh. Death in a can.
Yeah, that's wow.
He slime you out. This is out of control. He's threatening the court.
Your Honor, with respect, if pleasuring a man under a bridge is a crime, then I'm guilty, okay? We used to live
my God.
in a free society.
To me, it's just ridiculous.
Next is the case of Nathaniel Saxton. Next, we have a rather humorous
Root beer to root canal pipeline is crazy.
blunder brought to court thanks to a defendant
That's
who
funny.
logged into his hearing utilizing an extremely vulgar username one might find on a GameFAQs forum in 2005. This is the legend of Buttfucker 3000.
Your name's not. Buttfucker 3000.
Meet 30.
Wow.
37-year-old.
That's him. That's Buttfucker 3000.
Meth head and apparent anal sex expert Nathaniel Saxton. Hailing from Twin Rivers, Michigan, Saxton has a history of vagrancy and drug charges dating back to 2007, and in the 2010s, the guy had a couple of run-ins with the law, once for operating and maintaining a meth lab, and another time
Whoa.
for possession of...
There it is. I swear to God, That's how it happens. I tell you, people who do meth end up, you can't just do one degenerate thing whenever meth is one of them. You're always into a plethora of other degenerate things. Buttfucker 3000 makes perfect sense for a meth user.
Of drug paraphernalia. What brings us to the butt fucking, though, is that in the spring of 2021, Nathaniel Saxton was caught once again for drug paraphernalia after police had allegedly found a syringe possessing methamphetamine in his truck during a routine traffic stop.
Oh god, he's shooting it? Oh my god.
Because of this methed up
Bro.
run-in with the cops, Nathaniel was compelled to appear in front of a court at a later date. And
I bet he hasn't blinked in like 10 years.
with COVID going on, this hearing was going to be virtual. The hearing would be presided over by St. Joseph County, Michigan Judge Jeffrey Middleton, who, like Judge Simpson mentioned earlier, is famous here on YouTube as his court often live streams its hearings. Middleton is honestly a legend, like nobody has more classic moments than him.
Is someone kayaking during their hearing?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I'm glad this was really important to you.
Anyhow, on May 11th, 2021, the hearing would begin. Everything starting off pretty normal, with defendants filing into the Zoom call, each waiting.
Dude looks like a Lord of the Rings extra. Like looks like he was at Helm's Deep and he fought to save the kids, you know?
For their turn with the judge. While the smoke detector chirp going off is admittedly pretty funny, what happens next is so ridiculously absurd that it could be mistaken for like a pre-planned comedy sketch. While generally displaying very little emotion, Middleton is the kind of judge that gets extremely disgruntled when people disrespect court decorum. And you can kind of tell that he wasn't a fan of Zoom court as a whole, with defendants frequently calling in from home looking slovenly and disheveled. I'm sure he had some
him of all people
remarks about the defendants shown on screen that he kept to himself. But when Nathaniel Saxton joined the virtual hearing, Middleton could no longer contain himself.
Then we'll bring this fool in.
This fool. I can't believe this dude's getting upset about like people's appearance, and the dude looks like a medieval peasant himself.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
His eyebrows went up. He was like, "Who, me?"
Yes.
Nathaniel Saxton, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho. Logging into my court with
You yo-ho. He hit him with the grandpa insult.
that as your screen name.
The entire call is in complete shock, including Nathaniel himself, who scrambles to come up with an explanation for his buttfuckery.
What kind of idiot logs into court like that? What's your name again?
He's realizing that like he was in a Zoom call with friends. Or something. Like, okay, I don't know. He may try to justify it, or he might just be just rolling with it the bit.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Saxton, sir, but I don't believe that I typed anything like that in.
Well,
It's not a default name.
what it says.
Well, I apologize. That should not be.
Yeah, you should. I'll put you in the waiting room. You can sit in limbo for a while.
Saxon.
Think about what you call yourself online.
he's like, I was nervous, but now this is the best place to be.
Joseph Christ, I'm right there with you, buddy. I mean, it's hard not to laugh at something like this. I mean, how the fuck do you accidentally log into an official court portal with a username only fit for an edgy Discord group and not even realize it? Well, Nathaniel would be allowed back in to explain himself, and according to him, his sister was to blame.
Your Honor.
His sister.
If I may explain. My sister was one that set up my Zoom account or whatever. That butt effer is my iPhone pairing name for my Bluetooth speaker, sir. It's an inside joke.
Makes it better.
He's like, please buy it.
It's not what you think I'm I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Yep, you heard that right. The classic sister setting up your Zoom account under the username buttfucker3000 because it's the name of our Bluetooth speaker prank. We've all fallen for this one. I'm sure if Middleton kept letting this guy talk, he'd reveal to the judge that their Wi-Fi name was PussyLicker69. This family is full of jokesters, you know. 20 minutes later, the humiliated Saxton pled guilty to possession of drug paraphernalia and agreed to pay a $200 fine. Judge Middleton added that Buttfucker3000 was fortunate to have finished the hearing without a contempt of court charge. Our booty-blasting friend here and his embarrassing Zoom court mishap would go on to become a viral classic that is gonna haunt this guy for the rest of his days. Something else that continues to haunt our cheek-busting connoisseur here is his penchant for drugs.
It's only 200 for a meth lab? I think they just said possession. I think the meth lab was like a separate case.
In February of 2022, Saxton was once again arrested in St. Joseph County, Michigan.
Meth? What are we betting?
For drug-related crimes.
Ooh, hold on.
Saxton later pled guilty to 3 charges.
He paid more than $200.
Controlled substance, possession of methamphetamine, controlled substance, possessions of methamphetamine, controlled substance, possession of narcotic cocaine. Bet he was mixing them.
Lots of money.
Bet he was mixing them. Yep, there it is.
2 charges for possession of meth and 1 for possession of cocaine. The result of all of this was Buttfucker3000 being sentenced to 2 years of probation, which is slated to end July 10th of 2025, according to court documents. Let's hope for
he doesn't have much longer to go.
Nathaniel's sake, his sister doesn't have any more diabolical Bluetooth speaker pranks waiting in the wings, because...
What's his name? Nathaniel what? Saxton? Yeah. Yeah, I can go look it up. Saxton. What state was he in? AKA Buttfucker3000. that ought to narrow it down. Alright, hold on a second.
Prison is not the place you want to be with a nickname like that.
Michigan. Nathaniel Saxton, known from 21 Zoom cases, appeared as the username Buttfucker3000. Is currently under active probation. Okay. No, okay, yeah, no, he's still good. He's still good. Yeah, he hasn't committed any crimes since then. Good for him. Good for Buttfucker. Michigan, he's hanging in there. He's hanging strong. I'm proud of him.
You'll need to attend one meeting on top of your current drug and alcohol recovery program to comply with the requirements of the agreement.
Because sometimes if it gets quiet for even a second, the headphones will detect that you aren't using them anymore, and they'll just shut themselves off to conserve battery. It's like a little quirk of these things that I have the way around with. I didn't even notice that was under there.
I would have noticed that immediately.
Yeah.
I was like,
No.
Agreement, and furthermore, sir, I can see you drinking the beer. I think the worst part about the Zoom court is when people at home, they feel more comfortable and they don't respect the judge. They don't respect my authority. When I have them in front of me, it's like I'm their daddy, scolding them over some skid marks in their underwear or something like that. And the court has reason to believe you've been using meth again.
I'm telling you right now, I didn't do goddamn shit. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm
Sir,
fucking
you're
leaving out of
contempt.
here.
He's
Fuck your
contempt.
shit.
Somebody go
Fuck
pick him
you.
up. Send a
Fuck
policeman.
the court. Fuck you, Judge.
Most of the defendants that call into the virtual court just think it's a big joke, like they logging into a video game or something.
Steam Deck.
I'm kind of in the middle of something.
These folks answer these Zoom calls like they answering a call from their old mom and daddy. To me, it's just all ridiculous.
Now we move to the crazy Colombian judge case. When you think of a judge, the first thing that comes to mind is likely a stuffy, wrinkly-looking old guy who's a stickler for rules and decorum. While that might be the case here in the United States, apparently they do things a bit differently down in Colombia. Meet Vivian Polania of Calcutta, Colombia. If you do a Google search of this woman, you might assume she's some sort of racy Instagram fitness model. Well, she is that, and she's also a court judge. And when she isn't receiving lap dances from male performers in after-hours courtroom parties, she's crashing out in virtual hearings, cigarette in hand. Judge Vivian Polania was first put on the radar of the greater internet after a video from Colombia leaked, showing her presiding over a virtual court case, either
She looks fucked, dude.
drugged out, drunk, or
drugged out or drunk. Yeah, no.
over
It's
from her bed.
Colombia. She's got some of that uncut.
At least it seemed that
Uncut
way.
juju.
But I think going into this video raw without foreplay is unfair to Vivian's legacy. So, this is Vivian, and these are some of her social media posts.
Well, she's in good shape.
Yes, she is a real judge. She went to law school, was a practicing attorney, and got her first judicial role in 2018. She would have been around 30 at the time. I don't exactly know what the standards are for judges down in Colombia, and I'm currently unsure if I'm for or against someone like this becoming a judge. I think it just depends on what my gooning meter is at the time. But Vivian has a pretty notorious history, and it all stems from her extracurricular activity. Stuff like the pictures we just analyzed. On social media, Vivian garnered hundreds of thousands of followers and was branded the hot judge. She took deals with clothing companies and would promote lingerie and stuff of that nature to Instagram for extra cash, which would probably get you in trouble in the United States if you were a judge, and it appears it even did get some officials hot down at the equator. Colombian officials reportedly warned Judge Polania multiple times for these thirst trap and lingerie promotion posts, but she seemed to care little. Vivian would eventually receive an official judicial warning in 2020 due to the indecency involved with some of her social.
I mean, she's ripped. I mean, she's fucking ripped.
Really beat your
Yeah,
ass.
like, I mean, you can tell she does weight
Probably
training.
weighs more than you.
You might be right, honestly.
Media activity, particularly the scantily clad photo shoots with her ass and tattoos on full display. Vivian would respond to these warnings.
I don't know. I bet if it,
tall she is.
one-on-one UFC, I bet I'd come out on top.
With contempt,
Probably.
stating that
It would be pretty evenly matched, but I bet I'd come
No,
out.
man,
she was
would be
simply
able to work in
expressing
police-
herself.
Police force. She would pass that test.
Oh no, she's hot.
She's. I don't think that's just too much.
It's too much, too gross, too muscly. You think so?
I mean, if she wants to like work in the military or in the police force, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not very. Once you get to a
very feminine.
right, I was gonna say once you get to a certain point of like muscle mass, it starts to kind of break the fucking. You start to get into that uncanny sort of like muscly, because muscliness is associated with masculinity, and it starts to bleed over to where they.
Yeah, it just does.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it.
As a quote, braless and open-minded person. She continues,
Braless.
Not all judges, lawyers, and other state employees are the same. What I wear and show on my social media is my decision, and I'm not going to change a thing. Personally, I feel this is the worst attitude you could have as a judge. Like, if I was a plaintiff or a defendant, I would want the judge that is like all the other judges, is a square and follows everything by the book, line for line, code for code. Not a judge that thinks there's some special snowflake and may or may not be posting hole on Maine. Maybe that's just me. With her attitude explained, it might come at no surprise to you that Vivian kinda sucked at her job, at least her job as a judge. And with all of that titillating foreplay behind us, I'm going straight to doggy on this woman. Cut to the video. Not that video, I was just kind of making a euphemism. It's the video mentioned earlier, the one with Vivian crashing out while on a virtual Zoom court call. Allow me to explain. In November of 2020,
She's just, dude, she's got one eye shut. she's
trying to see straight.
Ah.
She's like, maybe if I close one of my eyes, I can actually see.
Imagine your judge in court is just one eye shut,
a video from a virtual
half asleep
hearing presided
Smoking
over
a
by
cigarette.
Judge
Smoking a cigarette, yeah.
Melania leaked onto the internet. The hearing was to debate whether the defendant
She's got fucking tattoos on her knuckles.
should be let out on bail for an alleged car bombing. Though the only thing looking blown out in this recording was the judge.
Gracias, doctor Marco, muy amable, doctor Jaime.
What the fuck? Bro, she's on fucking heroin or something. Like, she's nodding off.
Wearing nothing but a top and underwear, puffing on a cig, Vivian looked completely out of it. I mean, she's laid up in this call like she's putting on a show for some gooners in a Discord video chat. Many speculated the woman was drunk or on drugs or could have just perhaps been hungover. Whatever the case, the footage would be sent to a judicial ethics committee by concerned citizens. Upon initial review of the footage, officials likely thought they were being sent a clip from myfreecams.com, but were mortified to discover that it was
You wouldn't be a judge long
actually Judge Vivian.
if you did this in America.
Colombia's National Commission of Judicial Ethics weren't amused by her hot mess of a court appearance, and as a result of the sordid affair, she was put on a judicial suspension in November of 2022, which was to last until February of the next year. The commission responsible for issuing the suspension commented this regarding the half-naked, cigarette-puffing judge. It is a duty of this commission to avoid repeating the judge's contempt for the investiture of her position and the contempt she showed with her peers in the public prosecutor's office, the prosecution, and the defense. We find no justification for the judge to have presented herself in such deplorable conditions when she had the facilities of her own home and all the amenities necessary to prepare for a public hearing appropriately, and with the respect such a hearing deserved. Vivian, on the other hand, said she in fact did have some justification for showing up to court looking like she was overdosing on Fent. The woman would attempt to
That is what she looked like. She looked like she's on opiates.
defend herself, going on a press tour following her suspension, claiming that the reason for her slumped appearance and overall ratchetry showcased in the video was due to her having an anxiety attack during the proceedings.
Nope. Nope.
Quote, "You never know when you're gonna have an anxiety attack," unquote. She also added that she had low blood pressure during the hearing. Guys, that's why she was smoking the cigarette. It was treatment for the blood pressure. She was like trying to raise it, bro. The hypotensive House judge claimed in another interview that the reason for her anxiety attack stemmed from the criticism she received from the Judiciary Ethics Committee over the years. That criticism...
Oh man, if y'all just weren't so fucking on my shit about my scantily clad appearance and the fact that I'm on drugs whenever I'm litigating, maybe then I wouldn't have anxiety attacks. Maybe then you wouldn't have the issues you're having with me. It's your fault.
Stemming from her own social media activity. Quote, "If I did not change my way of being, they were going to open a disciplinary investigation," unquote. She claims this fear of scrutiny caused her anxiety to worsen over time.
Is it Megan Fox? yeah, it's Megan Fox.
She says it got so bad that she couldn't even get out of bed. And all of that is her explanation for what you're seeing in this video clip. Brutal hangover, anxiety attack, something else, who knows? That is her story as to why this happened. Vivian would abide by her suspension, and there would be no more virtual courtroom crash-outs from her, thankfully. In an interview with the Colombian news media, she claimed that she got proper medication for her condition and was doing better on the anxiety front. There is one last interesting detail in the story of this crazy-ass Colombian judge, though. In September of 2023, Vivian would get in trouble again after throwing a stripper party at a Colombian courthouse, and she got a lap dance at this event. This debaucherous spectacle was put together by Vivian herself and took place after work hours. The National Judicial Disciplinary Commission saw the lap dance and immediately got jealous, ordering an investigation into all officials involved in Polonia's viral stripper video. Yeah, it kind of looks like Vivian is still learning her lessons and continues to cause embarrassment for
She's trying to find herself, okay? Come on.
herself and the rest of Colombia. Can somebody from Colombia please explain to me if this woman is like an outlier or are all of your judges like this? Let me know down in the comments because this is a crazy look and I just might move there.
Okay. That's all we're doing for tonight. We made it halfway, roughly. All right, boys. Did you have fun? Was it as good for you as it was for me? I hope so. I hope so. Time to clap cheeks. Well, I hope you and your wife have a lovely night, JDX. I hope everyone here has a lovely night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Come back here. Make sure to check the Discord. Yeah. I will download Discord because we didn't get Pink here tonight, did we? So, yeah, I will. I will check the Discord, Drewski. Holla holler, my loves, my lads. And we'll do this another time. We was just getting started. Bro, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta work in the morning. But yeah, we're gonna boys, oh, so much good stuff is coming. It's coming down the pipe. Oh, you can't even imagine. You can't even imagine the beauty, the love, the unbridled just filth we're gonna watch on here, guys. Oh. Take care. I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye.